Rosalind, for that introduction, and thank you all for being here to honor Black Genealogy Books. To get started, let's get in the spirit of the DEAAHGS National Conference in October. You see here, they're asking us in advance to think of a recipe, a song, etc. Let's specifically think of a song that connects you to your ancestral home, something warm and fuzzy. When I think of home songs, I realize that so many of them well explain what's happening in our Black genealogy books. I think of Stephanie Mills singing Home. I think of John Denver singing Take Me Home, Country Roads, so many others. Would anyone else like to share a warm and fuzzy home song that really makes you think of your family? We don't have to come up with titles now, but just keep that in mind. Keep that warm, fuzzy home feeling in mind as we think about Black family heritage books. When I got started looking into these books, actually when I got started with DEAAHGS, that was back in 2004. I had just published my family's heritage book. You see it behind me in the picture there, With the Faith of Benjamin, that green book. And by becoming a part of DEAAHGS and watching it grow over the years, it just makes me so excited that this worldwide genealogy boom is happening, and DEAAHGS was at the forefront. I take it you know DEAAHGS was very instrumental in helping Alex Haley with the research and publicizing those books of his work. So again, we've just come all of this way, and genealogy is now booming worldwide, and DEAAHGS remains at the forefront. So to preview or to take a look at these books, we're going to look at the content of Black genealogy books, and again, songs well explain these books. We'll look at collecting Black family heritage books and also celebrating these books. So first, the content. Family heritage books are as old as carving and drawing and writing and printing, as old as documenting and sharing our experiences in any way. Some early print versions were no more than notations in Bibles using aids such as we see on the left here that help people document births, marriages, and deaths. Black genealogies as a life writing genre grew from slave narratives, and the tradition often is touted as beginning in 1837 with Victor Séjour's The Mulatto. This was first published in serial form, and this was the first fictionalized story of an otherwise African ancestor person that also depicted his white heritage. So the Black genealogy book genre has a core of traditional lineage books and a periphery of books. Oh, I'm just noticing that these visuals are messing up the screen. Does it have to be that way? If there's a way we can let all of the screen be visible, that would be great. But anyway, in the 1842 text by Lunsford Lane is a good example of, I mean, we're seeing it right there. See how we see this stuff instead of the screen?
Yeah, that's just on your screen.
Okay.
Their screen is on there.
All right. But if it doesn't interfere with them, it's fine. If it's only me that's a problem, that's fine.
It's only the
And
they
where do I
don't.
I still need to know where do I usually advance?
You just use the arrow keys.
Okay.
So what points to?
Yeah, leave it like it was.
They
If
can't
I'm
see.
the only one interrupted.
People in the room, sorry.
So, again, we see this 1842 text by Lunsford Lane, and that's a really good example of a slave narrative being expanded centuries later into multi-generational story. It was made into the genealogical biography called Becoming Lunsford Lane in 2025. The 1906 memoir, Shadows and Sunshine, is another part of the progression of Black genealogy books. And this solidifies the praise and uplift that is so prevalent in these books. Also, early on, we have such books as 1911's Pioneer Colored Christians and 1913's Bulltown, which chronicles several families at a time, launching a continuing trend of community genealogies. In 1916, with Rachel, we have another early example of a fictionalized Black genealogy. This one's a play, again, representing even more of the vastness of the Black genealogy genre. And then in 1930, with annotated history of the Jones family, we have what is widely understood to be the first core Black genealogy. Again, that was in 1930, so we'll be celebrating the centennial of the Black genealogy book in 2030. I lost that arrow again, sorry. Who's my helper? Mr. Chris?
Hey,
Where's where I can have my arrow right here to advance
Everybody's doing great.
Maybe the arrow keys
Yes.
on the keyboard.
I'm so sorry I asked for anything. If I had known that the other people weren't seeing the faces. But yeah, I just need to, should we just exit out and come back in?
My favorite IT joke, did you unplug it and then plug it back in?
That's not a joke.
I know, it's the best. Did you restart your computer? Did you do this? Did you?
Is it down in here? Okay, there it is. All right, that's fine. Thank you. And this isn't blocking anyone's view either, right? My question is, anybody seeing
Nope,
this?
nobody's seeing that. So people are on this side.
Oh, why are the people in the room? Let's move
Because
it
they're
out of
just-
their way. Can we move it out of their way too? Can we move it up?
Right.
All right, that's good. That's good enough.
That's what he's trying.
Arrow on the back. There you go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right.
And also use the arrow.
Thank you. Regardless of the format of the Black genealogy, whether it's poetry or not much more than a family tree, Black genealogies exhibit three core themes as they take descendant readers to ancestral home. Starting at the bottom of this image of how Black genealogies work and climbing our way up, we see that based on a 2023 study of Black genealogies, those that were published since the year 2000, the first of these themes is in the spiritual realm, and I call it the deep roots of finding heroes in ancestors. The second theme of Black genealogy books is the deep knowledge, and this is in the mental realm, of using that hero lens to understand one's ancestors' experiences and one's own experiences. And the third theme of Black genealogy books is embodied in the deep you, or the deep self, of arriving at ancestral home to savor positive ancestral self-identity. When one arrives at warm ancestral home to experience the deep self, two underlying concepts are at play. We see them in bold here in this tree foliage. They are the intergenerational values, such as education and service, and genealogy tourism, which is traveling for ancestral purposes. The two underlying concepts for the deep knowledge theme are how U.S. and world history and one's own experiences are interpreted to maintain that ancestral heroism. And the three underlying concepts for the deep roots of heroizing ancestors are description of ancestors, which is mentions of ancestors' physiological, vocational, avocational, or sociographic details. Ancestors speak, which is mentions of authors sharing information from an ancestral voice, be that voice dead or alive. And purpose of genealogy book, which is author's stated purpose for writing the book. Together, these three themes and 7 concepts explain Black family heritage books. They explain the agapic agency theory of Black family heritage books. The findings detailing how wonderful Black family heritage books are for the authors and the family members in terms of bringing us to ancestral home are so profound that I joined with like-minded genealogy enthusiasts to build the HBCUHeritageHome.com, which is a think tank that deals with all things Black genealogies. The site archives and provides research on Black genealogies. It pursues open access to ancestral records, education records in particular, and it brings the range of community groups such as providers of nostalgic products and services to our families, educators and learners, and most importantly, extended family members. It brings us all together to read, discuss, and celebrate these books. And the site goes live this fall. A primary task of the HBCUHeritageHome.com is archiving the estimated 1,000 extant Black family heritage books, as well as supporting the vastly widening supply of these books. So next we'll talk about collecting. In keeping with Professors Jacqueline Goolsby and Meredith McGill, we are keeping in mind what is Black about Black bibliography. And specifically that means promoting Black genealogies is for the civic purpose of strengthening our African ancestor American families. We go into all nooks and crannies and public and private libraries and collections to find these books. You see the common catalog numbers and terminology used here. And we've collected most of them available in these repositories and word of mouth, the ones that are in our family libraries, on our coffee tables at home are the last ones we'll be collecting. So by a quick scroll through some of the genealogies in the Black Genealogy Archive so far, you again can get a sense of the vastness and variety of these books. The archive is mostly for the core of the genre, and we've got some on the periphery for explanatory purposes.